multiplication of decimals by 10, 100 and 1000. That is, when we multiply a decimal number with 10, 100, 1000, what happens, or what is the easiest way of multiplying? When we multiply a decimal number by 10, 100, 1000, the decimal point shifts to the right. That means in such cases, no need of multiplying and checking. We can write the answer in a step. The only thing you have to think it, when it is multiplying with 10, 100 or 1000, the decimal point shift to the right. See one example. For example, 21.03 into 10. So, when you are shifting, you are considering what? Consider in 10 how many zeros are there? In 10 you have 1 0, isn't it? In 10 you have 1 0 and you are shifting your decimal point to one place. That is, when you are multiplying, the point goes to the right. The point shifts to the right position. That position depends upon the number you are multiplying. That is, in 10 you have 1 0. So, the decimal point shifts to one place. That is, from here it shifts one place to the right. Then what we'll get the answer? When this point comes here, what is it? 210.3. Look the next example. 0.04 into 100. In 100 we have 2 zeros. So keep in mind, we are multiplying. So the decimal point should move to which position? To the right position. And by how many places? Since in 100 we have 2 zeros, it should move by 2 positions. That is, this point shifts to the right to here, and we get the answer 4.00. That is 4 itself. Next example, 64.3 into 1000. So in 1000 how many zeros are there? 3 zeros are there. And where does the point shift? To the right or left? To the right. So here the point should go here, 3 places. But after the decimal point, do you have 3 places? Only one place we have. We don't have 3 places, only one place we have. So what we do in such cases? We add zeros in order to make that places correct. So what we get the answer? 64,300. Here after 3 we don't have place, isn't it? So in order to make 2 places more, here only one place are there. We need 3 places. What we added? 2 more zeros. So we got a 3 places and the point comes here. Here we don't need to put the point because there is no number after that. So no need of putting the point. So the answer is 64,300. So in this way, when we are multiplying with 10, 100 and 1000, keep in mind when it is multiplication, the point shifts to the right. Division of decimal number by 10, 100 and 1000. So we discussed what happens when a decimal number we multiply with 10, 100 and 1000. What happens when we divide a decimal number with 10, 100 and 1000? Here also, in multiplication we see that the decimal point shifts to the right. In this way we can connect and study. When we divide by a decimal number by 10, 100 or 1000, the decimal point shifts to the left by 1, 2 or 3 places. This 1, 2 or 3 places depends on if it is 10, 1 place, 100, 2 places, 1000, 3 places. So what is the main point here? The decimal point shifts to the left. That is, in multiplication it is moving to right. Then if it is division, the decimal point moves to the left. So we'll see one example. 0.963 divided by 10. So first, in 10 how many zeros are there? 1 0. So the decimal point should shift by one position. And where it will shift? Since it is division here, it should shift to left. That is, the decimal point is here. It should go here by one place. Then the answer is 0.0963. Earlier the point was here, isn't it? Then we have to shift it to left. So I added 1 0 here because there is no number, so I added 0. Next example, 21.3 divided by 1000. 1000, how many zeros are there? 3 zeros are there. Here after the decimal point, how many places we have? Because we need to shift to right or left? Yes, left. So after the decimal point, to the left, how many positions are there? Only 2 positions. But we need how many positions? 3 positions. So in order to make here 3, what I have to add? 1 0 here. So what is the answer? 0.0213. Next, 1204. There is no decimal point here given. So the answer is, question is 1204 divided by 1000. So here in the question they have not given any decimal point. So imagine that the decimal point is over here, 4. After 4, okay. So in 1000 how many zeros are there? 3 zeros are there. So moving to 3 places from here, the place, first place 1, 2, 3. So where does the point comes? 1.204. So if in the question they have not given you the decimal point, take the decimal point after the unit place, that is over here. Next, 9 divided by 100. Here also the decimal point is not given. So imagine that the decimal point is over here. 100, how many zeros are there in 100? 2 zeros. But here we have only 1 position. So in order to make 2 position, add 1 0 here. So what is the answer? 0.09. So when it is dividing with 10, 100 and 1000, the decimal point shifts to the left depending upon the number of zeros in 10, 100 and 1000. Example. First example, 0.84 divided by 3. The decimal number is 0.84. It is dividing with a whole number 3. So division, normal division method. We are writing this 0.84 is a dividend, 3 is the divisor. So we are before dividing, you know how to divide a normal number, the same procedure itself, but only the difference is you have to insert the decimal point correctly. So first, taking here the divisor is 3 and the dividend is 0.84. So here first starting is 0. You know, 0, if you are getting a 0, we'll put 0 itself, because 0 into any number is 0 itself. So 0, I wrote same, 0 into 3, 0. Then comes, then what we do? We'll subtract. You know, repeated subtraction is division. In multiplication we are adding, but instead here in division we are subtracting. So after subtracting, again 0. Now writing down the next number. What is the next number here? Decimal point. So I put down the decimal point. Once I get the decimal point, the same time I am putting decimal point in the quotient. Here I got the decimal point. The same time I am putting the decimal point over the quotient. Next, writing the next number 8. Now 8 in 3, how many times? There is no 8 in multiplication table of 3. So the number nearer to 8 is 6. So we get 6 by 3 into 2. So 3 into 2, 6. Now it's again subtracting 8 minus 6, 2. Writing down the next number 4. What we got? 24. You know, 3 into 8 is 24. So I wrote here 8, then 24. Here only the difference. Normal division method itself, the only difference is when you are getting a decimal point, you have to place the decimal point in the quotient. One more example. 0.126 divided by 2. So here the number, it's starting with 0, that is before the decimal point there is no numbers. So we will put in quotient also 0. We started with 0. 0 into 2, 0. Again that much step is not much because it is already 0. Next comes the point. So we have to place the point in the quotient. Then comes 1. You know, 1 is smaller than 2. So in this such cases what we will do? We will put 0. So 0 into 2 we have 0. So 1 minus 0, 1. Then writing down the next digit, what do you have? 12. 12 into how many times? 6 times. 6 12s are 6 2s are 12. Again subtracting 0. Writing down the last digit, what it is? 6. 6 into how many times? 3 times. So this is the way you are dividing a decimal number by a whole number. You are studying only division of a decimal number by a whole number. Decimal number by decimal number you are not learning. So the only difference is that whenever you get a decimal point in the dividend, you have to place it in the quotient. That is the only difference. Now next topic, reminders in division. In some cases you have reminders, isn't it? All numbers, it's not possible that all whenever we divide we are getting remainder 0. In some cases we get remainder some numbers, isn't it? We'll see one example. 6.8 divided by 5. Normal division method, what we are getting? In 6 how many times? 5. In 6 1 time, so 1 into 5 is 5, subtracting 1.8. Now 1.8 is not there in 5's table, so the near number is 15. That is 5 into 3 is 15. Now I wrote here 15. Now 18 minus 15 is 3. So here what is the remainder? Here the remainder is not 0, instead it is 3. But in such cases, that is in decimal numbers, we can make this remainder into 0. How? Here you got 3. Normal case the division is over by here because we don't have any more number here. But in order to get remainder 0, we can add or insert some value. What value we can insert? You have studied the concept of equivalent decimal numbers, isn't it? That means after this decimal point here, after if I add 0, it doesn't make any change to the value of the number, isn't it? That is the meaning of equivalent decimal. So in order to get the remainder 0, I can add here 0. So what happens when I add 0? I added 1 0 here. So we were getting 3 remainder, isn't it? So if I added 0 here, writing that 0 down, what I got? 30. 30, is it divisible by 5? Yes, 5 into 6 is 30, which makes a remainder 0. So in order to make remainder 0, what I did? I just added 1 0 to the last. That means I made the equivalent decimal of 6.8 to 6.80. So in earlier case I was having a remainder 3. When I added this 0, I can write this 0 down. So I got 30, where 5 is having a factor 30. So 6 into 5 is 30. So I got a remainder 0, the unitary method. So we can directly go to the problems. First example. A box of 10 pence cost rupees 159.50. Sorry, 50. Raju wants to buy 4 pens. How much will he have to pay? If you are getting such questions, first read the question and understand what are the concept given there and what you have to find. So what are the things given for us? A box of 10 pence. A box of 10 pence is there and its cost also is given. 159 rupees 50 paisa. So from that what you understood? This 159 rupees 50 paisa is cost of what? Cost of 10 pence, isn't it? The cost of 10 pence is 159.50 rupees for 50 paisa. What you have to find there? Raju is willing to buy 4 more pence. He is having 10 pence. He want to buy 4 more pence. So how much he has to pay for this 4 pence? So in order to find out the cost of this 4 pence, first we need to find out what is the cost of 1 pen. That is not given here, isn't it? So by applying the unitary method, cost of 10 pence is given as 159 rupees 50 paisa. So how will you find cost of 1 pen? Unitary method, that is 159.50 divided by 10. Now in the previous class we discussed the decimal number division. Where does it shift? This number is a 10, isn't it? So where does it shift? To right or left? Yes, to the left. And in 10 how many zeros are there? 1 0. So this decimal point shifts to 1 point here. So what we have? 15.95. So the cost of 1 pen is 15.95. If you get the cost of 1 pen, then we can find cost of 4 pens, isn't it? Cost of 1 pen into 4. We have to find the cost of 4 pens. That is the question. So what is the cost of 4 pens? Just multiplying 50.95 into 4. You have studied the concept of multiplication of a decimal number by a whole number. Without the decimal point, you are multiplying. Once you get the answer, that product, you are inserting the decimal point. What is the answer? Rupees 63.80. So what you did here? Cost of 10 pence is given here. From that you found the cost of 1 pen. If after finding the cost of 1 pen, we can find the cost of 4 pence.